it's Imogen from Zumba NXG. I'm here in Telegraph Hill Park on a lovely sunny day to show you 8 stretches you can do in the comfort of your own home / park that will help you feel more supple, less stiff and free from pain. I have 5 golden rules of stretching. Rule number 1, breathe slowly and deeply. As you exhale, you may find that you can deepen into the stretch a little bit further. This rule will also help you with rule number 2, which is to relax as much as possible. When you're relaxed, your muscles will relax, release and lengthen. It kind of tricks the muscles into doing it. Rule number 3 is to take your time. So you can spend about 30 seconds in each stretch, and the longer you spend in a stretch, the more time you allow the muscles to relax and lengthen. Rule number 4 is to warm up before you stretch. So a really good time to stretch is after Zumba because your body is really hot. Another good time to stretch is, for instance, after you've walked home from work, maybe you've just done the cleaning, if you've just had a really hot bath. Rule number 5 is to always stretch mindfully, so be aware of your body. If something is painful, this isn't a good sign, you should ease off. Stretching isn't supposed to be painful, so establish the difference between something that is, oh yes, this is a nice stretch, and oh my god, that's painful. Never stretch through the pain. Stretch number 1 is a forward bend. So you're going to roll all the way down, your head is hanging, your arms are hanging, and you're going to keep rolling down until you get to a point where you feel a nice stretch. And then you're just going to relax into it, wherever that may be. Just give your head a little nod yes, shake no to make sure that your neck is nice and relaxed. So you probably will feel the stretch in several areas depending on where's tightest, possibly in the back of your neck, your back, your hamstrings and maybe your calves as well. So it's a really nice one to just generally stretch the back of your body. Stretch number 2 is a side stretch. So you're going to reach up and then over to the side because that's going to help you optimize the stretch. And it will also stop you from twisting over. When you're stretching to the side like this, it's good to imagine that you're sandwiched in between 2 walls. It'll stop you from twisting forwards. Some other things to remember are to make sure that your shoulder isn't hunching up towards your ear, that you keep it down and relaxed. And also you want to make sure that your elbow isn't drooping, that you're extending the arm as much as possible. So you should feel the stretch in your side here, possibly here as well. This is stretch number 3 and it's child's pose. So you're going to fold forwards from the hips from a kneeling position, reach the arms out in front of you and rest the forehead on the floor. So you feel a really gentle opening in your back on this one, possibly in the armpits as well. If you struggle to kneel down, one thing you can do is place a pillow underneath your bum so that you can really relax into the stretch. For stretch number 4, I have 2 options. Option 1 you can do if you're a beginner, and option 2 you can do if you want to challenge yourself and do something a bit more advanced. So you're going to start by lying on your belly. The beginner's version is called Cobra. So your hands are placed directly underneath your shoulders and you're going to imagine drawing an arc with your nose and lifting up. Make sure you suck in your abdominals to protect your back. Keep your elbows tucked in towards you and keep your shoulders away from your ears. Don't let them hunch up. Option 2, if you're slightly more advanced, you're going to come all the way up. All your weight is balanced on the tops of your feet and you're sucking in your belly and your hips are lifted off the ground. Stretch number 5, calf stretch. So, take one foot behind you, both feet are pointing forward. Make sure that you don't point your toes backwards in the back leg, you won't get a stretch in the calf. We're leaning against a wall or a tree so that you can get your balance and you can deepen into the stretch. Another thing to be careful of is to make sure that your heel hasn't come off the ground and that you're rooting down. So this might mean adjusting your stance narrower or wider in order to achieve this. So this is stretch number 6 and it is stretching your quads. So you're going to hold on to one foot and bring your foot towards your bum. Try to keep your knees together. Don't let it flare out to the side. Also going to think of pushing your hips, directing them forwards. You can hold on to the side if you need to get your balance. But if you find it difficult to reach your foot for the quad stretch, one thing you can do is get a piece of fabric, like a scarf for instance, and loop it around your ankle and then bring it behind you. This way you can hold on to your ankle using the scarf. Stretch number 7. This is going to stretch your pecs, which is just here. What you're going to do is place your hand on the side at about shoulder height, and you're extending your arm, and then you're going to bring your body closer towards the side so that you feel a stretch just here. You might also feel it in this area just here. This is stretch number 8, and it's called thread the needle. So you start by kneeling, place one hand in front of you on the floor, and then thread the other arm through that gap. You're going to be leaning on your shoulder. You should feel a stretch either along here or perhaps in between your shoulder blades or on your back. If you struggle to kneel, you can kneel on a cushion or something else soft.